was jamming to that hard.
I was like doing the Jim Carrey. I'm running at an incredible rate, Harry.
Hey, will you quit it? We're not even out of Pacoima yet. You're already starting to annoy me.
That John Denver's full of shit, man. Oh God, we're going to town. Okay.
All right. Well, we'll if you want to start, I'll start, and we'll go clockwise. So for me, of course, based on my background here, it's going to be a little heavy in that. So my number 5, and everything he's done is just amazing. So it's not as easy to whittle down to 5 as most people might think. But for me, my number 5 is easily the Halloween 3 soundtrack.
Oh yeah,
I love like that Chariots of Pumpkins. I mean, it's just crazy, that soundtrack. That is, and I mean, there's a lot of people. I've talked to people that don't like that movie. I mean, I love it, don't like it, but they're like that. One thing they say is that soundtrack is awesome. They love it.
It's really grown like over the last number of years. It's unbelievable, the popularity.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so that's
deservedly too.
Yep. So number 5 for Pat, Halloween 3, right? Okay.
H3.
Number 5, the movie just talked about. Turn the subwoofers up, man. Assault on Precinct 13.
Turn the subwoofers up.
I love all the intense music that's happening outside of the station too. It's got great pace, great bass. So Assault on Precinct 13, number 5.
Slap at the bass.
Slap at the bass.
That's right. Man, okay. I guess my number 5, I just go in order. I love the soundtrack from Christine. I put it up on my little post today, and everything about that film and the fucking all the music on that fucking film is amazing. So my number 5 is Christine.
Nice.
Awesome.
So don't judge me for this one, but I'm doing Halloween 2018 because I was so excited for the new Halloween film before it came out, and they dropped the soundtrack first.
Right.
And
Yep.
I just remember like it is one of the most geeked out I have ever been. It was like Star Wars level Phantom Menace excitement coming for me. Like,
fuck,
dude, I jammed that soundtrack like every single day leading up to the movie coming out. And I really do feel like Daniel Davies, Cody Carpenter, and John Carpenter did such an amazing job on that score.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I still rock it from time to time. I'm driving around and I love it, and especially Laurie's theme. And that one is like it's so heartbreaking because the character itself was so heartbreaking in Halloween 2018. How broken Laurie Strode, a character that we all love, was. So I gotta put Halloween 2018 as my number 5.
Very cool.
Nice.
Sweet ass sweet.
My number 4. I'm looking at my list. I'm like, man, there was no way I could put this on. I put that on. It's just so freaking hard. That's why top 5s are a lot harder than top 10s. But my number 4, I just absolutely love the soundtrack and the movie itself. But for me, number 4 is The Fog.
Hell yeah.
I love that opening intro. Oh, it's just crazy shit. I just love that whole soundtrack.
Wow. I had to go back when I did my top 5 here, ranking them. I was like, this almost is like ranking the movies like we did.
Yeah.
Almost spot on to it. So my number 4, a lot has to do with the main character and just the concept of the movie is They Live. I love They Live to death. Wrestling's a big part of my fandom, so Roddy Piper is such a big thing, and the music is just so well paced with everything going on in the movie. It picks up at the scenes where it's supposed to. They Live, number 4. Can't beat it.
That's cool. Kills, man. So this is probably going to be a shocker, probably not, but
Ghost of Mars, get out.
So it's funny that you were talking about, going to see, was it James Wong in Austin or whatever?
Yeah.
But part 4, number 4 for me is Big Trouble in Little China, man. That soundtrack, I remember growing up and that fucking, I can remember all the different sounds from all the different parts of that movie, man. Just like, it's ingrained in my brain, and I love that movie so much. So number 4 is for me. I know we're strapped for time, but I got number 4. Big Trouble in Little China.
Dude, that soundtrack just like really grooves too. It's like, like, dude, so good. it's so
like
good.
The fight scene, the epic fight scene during the wedding, dude. The all that, dude. Oh my god,
So good.
My boss, that's his favorite movie, and whenever we have a sales meeting, he always comes in last and he goes, "Relax, I'm here." So he's always pulling.
I saw you, bro. When I was in the Navy, bro, and we used to give out the fucking. We used to do that. I saw you did that in the Kurt Russell photo. I saw you do that, bro, and I was like, I'm like, are we best friends?
Yeah.
Are we best friends? Like, I fucking saw that. I was like, bro, this is fucking amazing.
What's
bro.
funny is that I've wanted to do that pose with him every single time I've met him, but I always end up so enamored with him that like it's not even a thought in my mind. And again, this time I was like, man, this could feasibly be the last time I get to spend any time with him. So I was like, I have to remember to do it. And I'm just fucking glad that I did, man. I'm gonna do the same thing in my picture with James Hong. I can't wait.
Yeah. And I might see you in Austin, my friend.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
I might see you in Austin, so I might actually meet you before I meet these two guys.
Ah, cool, man.
Hey, no fair.
It's like on June 20th or something, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Dude,
I can't wait, man.
What's his name gonna be there too? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
The other guy, Victor,
one of the Storms.
Yeah, Victor something. He was God, he was in The Golden Child.
Yeah,
wasn't he? Yeah. So sorry about that, man. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good, man. I wish Dennis Dunn would do something.
Oh, that would be fucking killer. That would be killer, bro.
He like realistically, he was the hero in Big Trouble Little China, which is Kurt Russell's like front and center on the poster, but it's like, dude, Dennis Dunn's character was absolutely the hero of the movie.
He was the one that always. I remember I learned from him balance.
Mm-hmm.
It was always about balance between good and bad energies. Yep. Oh my god, bro, we can get deep on that shit.
Oh, dude, I love it. I love it. My number 4 is Escape from New York. Like, nice. That soundtrack just kicks ass, man. I listen to most of John Carpenter's scores while driving around, like consistently, and this is one that I put on a lot, and I just really vibe to. So number 4, Escape from New York.
And I'm going to echo you because my number 3 is Escape from New York. Yeah, I'm the same thing. Because sometimes my wife will get in my car and she'll just like turn it on and like I'll have like the thumb drive in and she'll hear something and it'll be like, seriously, you listen to movie soundtracks again? I said, of course I am.
Yeah.
Don't you know me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So awesome. I listen to it all the time. I just love that the soundtrack.
Hell yeah.
So that's my number 3.
Sexy.
My number 3 is The Fog. There's no doubt about it. Just how could you go wrong with everything in a good ghost story, good themes? I'm trying to think what else I could really say about it. Sorry, lost for words here.
Seriously,
yeah, man, I was thinking about the Escape from New York when you brought it because that's coming up, but yeah, spoiler alert. But no, The Fog. I just love. I always think about the theme, especially with the last scene you see with Hal Holbrook, Father Malone, just whoosh, and then it goes right to that theme. It's it just hits. And yeah, same thing here. I can turn on. What was it before? Like when they came out, when Carpenter came out with his themes again, the white covered one. Is it just called John Carpenter Themes? I forgot which.
So. Yeah,
anthology. It's anthology.
Yeah, anthology. Yeah. Like the versions he has for Escape from New York and The Fog on that, for some reason they stick out to me more than they did in the regular versions. I don't know what it is.
Because I think he just remixed them and they just come out so much bolder, especially the Escape from New York. It's just like wow. I just wanted to highlight Holland because he's going to bed because it's ridiculously late there. So he's got sold on VHS in the early 80s. Also the in the slipcase too. Damn.
Shit. Wow, that's
the Halloween
cool there.
78 media VHS. Yeah, everybody's I'm glad I got mine when I did years ago because those things are just getting stupid expensive now. And he's going to bed. So cool, awesome, Colin. So we'll be in touch during the week. I'll send you the link, and he's going to be sitting in with us next Sunday night.
Nice. Good night, Colin. Thanks, bud.
Oh yeah, my wife, she'll get in the car and she'll be like, "What the hell are you listening to now?" If it's not like a podcast, it's like a soundtrack or something. She's just like,
Pat, it's either John Carpenter or Rocky soundtracks at this in this car. I don't have to.
Nothing wrong with that,
guys.
Yep.
I guess. Did you go number 3?
Oh yeah,
Greg?
sorry. Yeah, that was The Fog. The Fog. So Joe, you're set for number 3, bud.
Number 3, I'm gonna keep it fast. Is Halloween 2018. And I wanted to highlight one. The Shape hunts Allison. Yeah. When that kicks in, bro, fucking goosebumps, hair stands up on the back of my neck. That kind of sums it up for me how great that is, man. So that's my number 3, 2018.
Heck yeah. My number 3 is The Fog. I love this movie. I love everything about this movie. The score is as haunting as the imagery that we get from Carpenter and company. So number 3, The Fog.
Sexy.
And yes, I put this high up on my list. I'm echoing Joe. 2018, when Carpenter came out, 2018. It's I couldn't put it down. I just could constantly listen to it. To this day, I'll still put it in there. And I can honestly say in the last couple of years, since 2018, that's probably the Carpenter soundtrack I probably listened to the most, even over Halloween.
Well, and a shout out, the extended version's good too.
And the extended version's got a lot of great shit on it. It's just, because I was a little nervous because you built yourself up because you're like, wow, Carpenter's going to come back and do the score. So you always had that in the back of your mind, like, oh God, what if it sucks? Because you're building this up so big that he's actually coming back and doing the score. And holy shit, did he friggin' knock it out of the park.
Oh, he did, big time.
Just some great stuff.
Here I was thinking I was gonna get shit for having it be my number 5. I love that it's high up there for you guys, man. That's great.
I love it.
It's a great score, man. It's a great score.
It's good stuff. Number 2, Escape from New York. I had a little funny story about it. My buddy Dan, I play softball on Thursdays, and he's like, if you show up to the parking lot late, you got to blast a song from a soundtrack. So I put the Duke Arrives.
Duke Arrives.
People are looking at me like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? But every track, and that's so good. Escape from New York, I will say, when Carpenter came back to tour again, that was by far the highlight of both shows I went to, is when he played Escape from New York. I don't know what it was, but it just sounds so cool. And they played the scenes from the movie. Like, buy his concert disc too. If people aren't able to go see him, get that disc. That's so cool. Turn that on. It's very good. Escape from New York, number 2.
Sexy, man. Well, I mean, this one's going to be a little eyebrow raiser, but for me personally, because how much I love this movie, Halloween 2, man. Halloween 2 is my number 2. Especially the shape stocks again. Y'all already know. Dun, dun, dun. Like all that shit. Like I get chills about it. That's my number 2.
So because it's an amped up version because now he's got the synthesizer. And,
that one will start blowing some speakers too, man.
And we can't discount what Alan Howarth brought to the table.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah. Cool.
My number 2 is The Thing. This is one that I listen to an embarrassingly excessive amount. I listened to it on the way home from work on Friday. I rock this one like all of the fucking time. It's cool because it's something that you can put on. A lot of it is not in your face. It's just really atmospheric, like
tone, slow, low.
Yeah.
I mean, boom, 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 boom. It's just so great, man. And I really love the main theme from it. The one that, when the film ends, it hits. It's, dude, I don't know, man. It's super comforting for me, and like
it's like soothing. The soundtrack,
comfort food for you.
It really is, man. And like The Thing is just like, I don't know, man. It's just so fucking perfect. Like everything about it. So yeah, I throw it on when I drive to and from work, like way more than I'd like to admit. So The Thing.
That's cool, bro.
Something tells me everybody's going to be the same here.
All right, so I even need to say it. Just look behind me. What I'm wearing, my whole entire life revolves around it. So, I mean, and it's not just because it's my favorite movie. It's just like the soundtrack is perfect. It really, really is perfect. I mean, I mean, of course, there's some great soundtracks he's done, and there's great soundtracks for other movies that we all love. But that one is just when he went and set his eyes and sat there and said, okay, this is what I'm going to do with it. Cause he was on, he just did it real quick in 3 days. Yeah. It was just, to me, it was like, it just came through him and just said, this is what I got to do. I mean, the whole story of, 5/4 time that he was learning on bongos from his dad, but so you get an inspiration of a time signature from bongos. And that's what came out of you. To me, it came through him.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can describe it, because it's insane the way it is. I mean, and arguably, probably you hear that, and everybody, even if people aren't the biggest Halloween fans, they know what that soundtrack is.
Yep.
It's just
they know it.
insane.
It's everywhere. They play it at Six Flags
Everywhere.
Fright Fest.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I honestly, I think that it's probably the most important aspect of the entire film is that music.
Sure. It's a character.
Absolutely. It's
It
a secondary character. That
You take that away, the movie.
The movie's not as good. It's
like he told
it's
that
probably
story.
the most important aspect. Yeah.
Yeah, remember the story he told
Mhm.
where he said I showed it to some executive, and they're like, "This isn't scary. There's nothing scary about this." He went back with the soundtrack, and she was like, "Holy shit, this is a scary movie," and it really is. So try to just take the soundtrack away and then just watch it. I mean, it's an entertaining movie, but let's face it. But in 1980, when I saw it, it scared the shit out of me. I mean, it's very, very. I couldn't wait to show my kids. Like when I showed it to them, but the kids these days are so desensitized to bigger and bolder and more amped up horror movies.
Gory.
So I was like, "Yeah, what you guys think?" And they're like, "It was okay."
Yeah.
They couldn't understand how I go gaga. I go, but you gotta understand, 78 was a different landscape when it came to movies. So they're used to like, Saw shit, like Saw and all this other crazy nonsense. So when I showed it to them, they're like, it was okay.
They slept outside for a week after that, right, Pat?
They were like, no, it wasn't scary. They liked it. They didn't dislike it, but they just didn't think it was scary. I said, well,
I feel like that's like most movies of that time now for younger audiences. Like I remember I showed my little brother, he's 10 years younger than me, and he wasn't a big horror movie head growing up, and I think maybe like 5 years ago I showed him The Exorcist for the first time, and I was like, this is one of the fucking scariest movies ever made, and he watched it and he was like, yeah, it was okay. I'm like, damn. So desensitized, man.
It's unbelievable.
My wife to this day will not watch that movie. So I told these guys a story. So in my backyard in the summertime, nicer weather, I hang a movie screen.
Yeah.
My daughter will have her friends over. Or my son, when he was younger, has friends over, or even myself. You'll see me back, like in the fall. You'll see me out there like a jackass, sitting in a chair with a beer, watching Halloween, smoking a cigar, watching Halloween in the backyard. But they were like, Dad, we want to watch a horror movie. I said, wow, did you guys ever see The Exorcist? And it was her and like 3 of her friends. Like, no, can we watch it? I'm like, yeah. So I go out there and I put it on, and they're watching it. And my wife walks out. Oh, what did you put on? She goes, okay, I'm out of here. She just turns around. She's like, I'm out. She will not watch that movie. That movie traumatized her as a kid. So she just saw it. Oh, I'm out. Bye.
It still holds up for me, man.
Wow.
Yeah, they liked it, but they admittedly, well, they liked the third act more than anything.
For sure, more action and things.
More
happening.
action, of course. Things are happening.
Not atmospheric,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like the beginning part. They're like, it's kind of boring with it. Well, it's just trying to tell you the whole why this is happening, but. Yeah, obviously everybody knows the third act is the best part anyway. So
we'll see how David Gordon Green, our Halloween director, does with the new Exorcist. Man, I'm curious.
Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Well, did anybody
will pick it apart?
Well, did anybody not have Halloween at number 1? Just curious.
Halloween.
We have Halloween.
I was just curious in case somebody was like, I had to do something different.
I echo it, but I think what's most important too is that 20th anniversary CD with the dialogue in it.
Oh, yes.
The way to fucking go.
Yeah.
The Loomis dialogue. To me, that's the way to listen to it. But to each his own.
Yeah.
because you're hearing it and you're visualizing the whole movie as you like when I'm driving and I put that 100%. On, I'm visualizing the movie. It's just.
I'm surprised they didn't put that on vinyl like that, did they? None of them.
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised. Yeah. That's
so.
Did I tell you guys that I got to go into Michael Myers' bedroom?
What?
Yeah. So fun fact. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyways. So Michael Dougherty, director of Trick or Treat and all that good stuff, Krampus. So that house is now like for office buildings. Like you can rent an office there.
Was it like a chiropractor for a while? I think
it was. Yeah. So he at one point, I don't know if he still does, but at one point he was renting. So fun fact, like Judith and Michael's bedroom was like conjoining. Like you had to walk through one bedroom to get to the other. So he rents those rooms, or he did at one point. So a friend of mine was cool with him, and basically I was in LA for the John Carpenter comic book signing. This was 2 years ago. And so I was like, dude, let's drive over to, the Myers house and get some pictures. And so we were there, and I texted my buddy that's like friends with him, and I was like, dude, I'm here. Like, do you think Michael is here? And he was like, oh, like I'll text him and see, but like sometimes it takes him weeks to respond back. So I don't know. Long story short is Michael Dougherty had texted and was like, I'm gonna be there in 10 minutes. And like I'm happy to like, bring your buddy inside real quick. So like me and my other friend, like, dude, Michael Dougherty shows up. He's got this massive like I think it was like a Rottweiler it was with him, his dog, and he was like, oh yeah, guys, come on in. So like he was like, the only thing that I ask is you can't, like, I've got like production material for movies that I'm working on in the area that I'm taking you. So like, unfortunately, you can't take pictures, but you're more than welcome to come in and check it out. So, dude, he brought us up the famous stairs, right? And I'm walking up, and I'm like, this is fucking insane. I'm going to Judith's room, and so we walk in, and it's like, dude, I got to be inside that room on October 30th because that was the date, and so. Like we got to hang out inside there for he was super cool. Probably hung out for like 10, 15 minutes, and then kind of we're on our way. But it was surreal being in that room and being able to look out that window and shit too.
That's dope.
What's funny is my buddy Jason Smith, like 3 months later, he went to the Myers house. He was on a vacation, and he proposed to his now wife in front of the house, and somebody in the house was wearing a Michael Myers mask and looking out Judith's window in the proposal pictures.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, oh no, I'm sorry. It was 3 months before I got to go into Judith's room with Michael. And so anyway, so basically when I was in there, and I was like, dude, my buddy proposed to his chick outside, and there was somebody in this window wearing a Myers mask. I was like, was that you? He goes, I remember that. That was 100% me. So I told my buddy Jason, I'm like, bro, Michael Dougherty is in your fucking proposal pictures, like in Judith's room wearing the Michael Myers mask. How wild is that? So
that's fucking cool, dude.
Fun little tidbit, man.
That is badass.
Yeah.
You've gone where not many men have gone before.
Dude, like I said, I'm just thankful that he was like, oh, I'll be there in 10 minutes. And I was like, holy shit. Like he was
That's what it's about,
cool.
man. That's what being a fan of all this shit is, those little moments in time that you get those opportunities, because they come up whenever. You never know when that's just going to happen.
Yeah.
You never know.
When you first go to that house, it's misleading because the house looks big. It's not as big as you think.
Small.
Too.
Yeah.
It's tiny.
It's not deep.
No. It's very tiny.
It's not big for a 2-story house.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
That's where you got to put in that Michael Scott. That's what she said.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I had a rough day, so I'm a little bit slow today.
That's what she said.
Oh, this was fun, guys. This was good.
This is great, man. I appreciate you guys having me on again, man. I could go for hours and hours and hours and talking about Carpenter, Kurt Russell, anything, man. You know,
maybe before H45. How about that?
Let's do it. Let's do it, man.
Do another one, absolutely.
We'll do it before H45. We'll think of another topic.
Are you getting there Friday or Thursday? When are you gonna get there?
I'll probably get there late Friday.
Late Friday?
Yeah.
All right, because I don't know about these fellas, but we're probably gonna be hanging out.
Oh, cool, man.
On Friday night doing some whatever crazy, stuff. So
yeah,
you're more than welcome, man.
Oh, cool, man.
Where are you staying? Are you staying at the Sheraton, Jeremy?
I think he's got a friend, right?
Yeah, one of my best friends, he lives in LA. So typically when I go out there, I crash with him, which is cool.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Cool, guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, man.
Good to see you again, bud. It's
so before we let you go,
pleasure.
everybody go check out FredHeads.
Hell yeah.
You can check it out on Amazon. Make sure you get the physical copy, which I will be getting. I'm also dropping in the chat as we speak. Epic Film Guys on podcast, which is on YouTube. Go check it out.
Very nice.
A lot of good stuff on there.
Yeah, cool, man. I appreciate it, guys. And like I said, it was a ton of fun, man. And I'd love to come back anytime you guys want a short Hobbit from Middle Earth. I will find my way to you.
From Middle Earth. hop on whenever you want, bud. You're a
All
guy,
right,
man.
guys. I appreciate you
Take
guys.
care, Jeremy.
Okay,
I'll see you
take care,
later.
Jeremy. See you, man.
Everybody.
Bye.
Later, man.
Thanks for watching our latest top 5 from an episode of That Horror Movie Podcast. We do That Horror Movie Podcast every Sunday night live at 8 p.m. on this channel. And every week we feature a top 5 that we all do together and share live with everybody in the chat. So if you have any ideas, by all means, drop them in the comments below. Like this video. It helps everybody find this channel. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. And we will see you on Sunday nights.